What does God's will look like? Well, that's a good question. What does God's will look like? Well, I'm going to give you 3 verses today that talk about what God's will look like. And you know what? There's so many, but I'm just pulling out 3, and I think you're going to feel the pattern. So let's start in 1 Thessalonians 5:18, and it says, "Be thankful in all things, for this is God's will for you who belong to Christ Jesus." So what is God's will? He wants us to be thankful in all things. Who should be thankful? Those who belong to Christ Jesus. Well, brother and sister, that's us. We belong to him. If we really belong to him, we should be thankful. We have so much to be thankful for. We've spent a whole series on talking about being thankful. So what does it look like to have God's will? Be thankful in all things, because that's his will for us. All right, second one. That's 1 Peter 2:15, and it says God's will, being so clear, straight up front, he's saying, God's will is that we live honorable lives, and that in those honorable lives, we would be able to silence ignorant people who want to say foolish things about us, foolish accusations. Well, have you ever had someone say something foolish about you? I definitely have. I can raise both hands. So many foolish things have been said about me. You know what? You know what the best way God says is to silence those? For us to live honorable lives. Lives of integrity. Lives that honor him. And as we live those kind of lives, it silences all those foolish things that people are saying about you. Don't waste your time worrying about that or defending yourself or explaining. You know what God says? Live honorable in front of me, and it will silence those accusations. Okay, third thing we're going to look at, 1 Thessalonians 4:3, and it says, "This is the will of God." Everybody's saying, this is God's will. This is God's will. Now here you're going to get it again. This is the will of God, your sanctification. That's just a big word for saying, be holy as I am holy. Okay, God says that all over the place. Be holy. Be like me. Okay, so this is what his will is, that we would be holy, like he is holy. And it goes on to say, abstain from sexual immorality. Be pure. Don't be like the world. He said, because you know what? When we don't keep a pure life, verse 7, what does it say? God doesn't call us to uncleanness, but he calls us to holiness. And the person who rejects that is not rejecting man, he's rejecting God. So when you reject living a holy life, it's not man who you're rejecting, it is God. And God says, it is my will that you are holy, like I am holy. So don't be discouraged, because you know what? The fact is, wherever you are, God will meet you at that place. He doesn't say become perfect and then I'll meet you. Okay, even Pastor Tony Evans, he has a quote that says, God will meet you where you are in order to take you where he wants you to go. And I'm so thankful for that, because God will meet you right now, right where you are, and he will take your hand and he will wash you white as snow, and he will take you to where you need to go. But where you need to go is always going to look like more like Jesus. More like Jesus. So going the second mile, what's God's will? Be thankful. Be thankful. What else? Live honorable. And last one, be holy, like he is holy.